The difference between annuals and perennials are annuals will pretty much bloom for the entire season, maybe a couple months. But with annuals, you have to plant them again each year. They die off and they won't come back. Perennials come back every year. They typically bloom for a couple weeks and then they'll die back in the winter, but then come back the next spring. So here's a couple good examples of native perennials that do really well in our local environment. We've got rattlesnake master down here, which is a really heat tolerant and drought tolerant plant. It grows a really neat stalk of flowers, and as they dry out, they actually rattle. So that's where the name comes from, rattlesnake master. It also has this really neat glaucous, almost blue leaf, and that helps the plant survive throughout the drought, and with the heat, it kind of gives them a little bit of a shade. Another plant back here is this big blue stem, and this is a really neat plant. This is native to the Konza Prairie, to the prairies around Kansas City. And the one special thing about this is it sends roots really deep into the soil. And so it not only breaks up that soil, allowing oxygen and water in there, but it also builds up plant material and makes the soil really fertile. Here's an example of annuals. We use some annuals here in our log displays. This pothos, which is a house plant, but we use it as kind of a ground cover in here and use that as an annual. Also, impatiens are going to be an annual. So these won't come back every year. You have to replant them. The main thing with annuals is they bloom all summer long. Where perennials, you're going to get 2 weeks, maybe 4 weeks of bloom time. But where annuals, you're going to get blooms all season long. These impatiens will bloom from spring until fall, really until frost. That's when the impatiens will kind of start to die out.